What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I have another unboxing. Back-to-back days for me unboxing models here, as yesterday I just unboxed the Delta Connection Comair CRJ100. That video came out on Thursday, so if you want to go see that, make sure to go check that out. But yeah, this is a model that I've been waiting on for much longer than normal. I originally ordered this back in May, and I probably don't need the scissors for this because it has one of those pull tabs. So, I originally ordered this back in May, and it didn't arrive until just today, so it seems like there's some issue going on. But this is one of the exclusives from Waffle Collectibles, so our first order from that store in a little while now. So, got some paper in here. And I've seen pictures of this model before, and I haven't really seen anyone do like a review on it. Maybe like one or two people have, but I haven't really looked all that much. But here we go, let's pop in. This one is going to add to my fleet of a airline that's kind of rare out there, but it is the Sun Country 737-800 in the Tide Pod livery with the splits on it. So you can kind of see it right there. This is on 842 Sierra Yankee, and this is one of the first Sun Country 738s that has the splits. Now, I have seen 844 Sierra Yankee and is in that weird like 2E hybrid livery. I'm not sure if Panda will do a model of that or even NG. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So looking really forward to having this model in the collection. This will be my fourth Sun Country model, I think, because I have the two 737s from NG and then that DC-10 from Gemini. So this will be the fourth one, this one coming from Panda Models. So let's head up to the studio and we will unbox this. And here we go for the unboxing of the Panda Models 1:400 scale Sun Country Boeing 737-800 in the Tide Pod livery with split scimitar winglets. So originally how I had everything planned out with these two models was I was going to have the Delta Comair arrive on Friday and then have that unboxing video come out Saturday, and then if the Sun Country were to have been shipped out about the same time as my Delta Connection plane was, then both of them would have arrived on the same day and I would have had them put into a single unboxing video. But then this one kind of got shipped out a little bit later than normal. I think it was only like a day or two after they said that they would get it out because Waffle was on vacation and he wanted to see what was happening with this and why this wasn't shipped out back when he got these models back in June. So as such, I kind of changed up the schedule a little bit, and then eventually the Comair arrived on Wednesday, and then now this plane here, this was supposed to arrive, I think, Friday. It is now Thursday as I record this, and it arrived today. So similar situation with the Comair too, was that it was supposed to arrive Thursday, but then it arrived on Wednesday. So both of these packages arrived a day early, which is kind of nice. So good job, USPS. You're actually doing pretty good for once. So this box is pretty much uniform with all the other Panda 737s that I've gotten, the ones I got from Christmas, and then the one that I got at Airliner. Shout out to Red River Aviation for allowing me to purchase that model off of him. So that was kind of nice to get another model from him. Got two from him, and that was that American A321neo being that second one. So this box, pretty generic. I've looked at it before in the past, but here's just kind of a quick view of it, just a quick summary of it, and then obviously the back of the box, which is to be expected. Item number on this would just be PM-N842SY, so it's just PM and then the registration. Now, I prefer Panda's mold because the winglets on this are a bit better. The shorter bottom scimitar is what really makes me prefer this over the other ones in reference to the scimitars. So, yeah. And here we go. This model looks to be intact. As always, I will do a QC check just to make sure that everything is good, and it is. My oh my. Another Sun Country model. This one's probably going to become a little rare in the future. But yeah, I sure hope all my Minneapolis viewers will be happy to see another Sun Country model join my collection. And here she is, the Panda Models Sun Country 737-800 in the Tide Pod livery with split scimitar winglets. So some of the downsides to the Panda Models mold is that the cockpit windows and the nose gear is always a bit iffy compared to what NG offers, and I will say NG's mold much superior in every way to all the other molds out there, but this Panda is definitely a close second. I will give it that because it's much better than what Gemini offers, to be quite honest. So anyways, let's go ahead and do a review. Starting off at the front, we have the cockpit windows there, the L1 door, the big white Sun Country titles in the orange part of the Tide Pod, and then you have the white portion of the fuselage that swoops down, and then you have the blue part that starts to come up from the rear and then up to the Sun Country tail over here. Also got the Sun Country logo on the side of the winglet facing towards the fuselage. On the side that's facing outward, it's just the same effect that you see there on the blue there. So it reminds me of like a topograph or like ripples on a lake, and Sun Country used to name their planes after various lakes in the state of Minnesota, but they've since discontinued that, and unfortunately there's no unique lake names anymore. They used to have like, you know, like Lake Minnetonka is really the only one I can think of. There's plenty of other like well-known lakes out there in the state of Minnesota. After all, they are called the land of 10,000 lakes in reference to the number of lakes that they have in the state of Minnesota. Not an exact count, but it is definitely a good way to say that they got a lot of lakes over there. So yeah, let's go ahead and flip this over. The bottom of the plane looks pretty good. I do like the painting and everything. Looks like no significant flaws here with the paint. The orange to blue transition is also really good, very sharp and detailed, so no significant flaws there. Tail looks pretty good, and then we'll flip it over to the top of the plane here. You can see the overwing exits. Various antennae also plastered on there, and looks like everything is in good shape. Now there is that a missing antenna down there at the bottom? Yeah, that is. Yeah, so I am missing an antenna on the bottom of this model. So there is the hole right there where there is supposed to be an antenna. So let me, yeah, that's a hole, all right. I can feel the area where it's like, just like a hole, obviously, for the antenna where it's supposed to be. So I'm not sure if that fell out when I was trying to unbox that, or if it fell out of the model during transit or whatever. So I'm not even sure if it's still in that plastic cradle. I will take a look here at some point after I film this video, and hopefully it is on there. But I'm not too worried about that. I mean, antennas are such small parts anyway. I don't necessarily think that they're, you know, gimmicky or anything. I do think they add a lot of extra detail to particular models, especially this one and a lot of the newer ones out there. So I still think antennas are great ideas. It just has to be executed correctly for it to actually be, you know, a good addition to a model instead of a bad one. So yeah, that will do everything for this review. Another great Sun Country model to have. I hope to see this one at some point, perhaps on my next trip to Minneapolis, which I might do again this coming winter or maybe earlier, depending on what I feel like doing here. So I just kind of have to figure all that out, and hopefully I'm able to make another trip up to Minneapolis sometime in the winter. Probably will be in that early 2023 window, so between January to March will probably be when I do that next Minneapolis trip. So hopefully I'm able to do that again. It is always nice to go up there, but perhaps I should probably start doing it in the summer because it's way too cold to even do any good plane spotting. I have to be all bundled up in layers of clothing and have to have gloves on, so I can't operate my camera correctly in those conditions when I have gloves on. So as far as I know, I think it has only been to Sioux Falls at least once, just on a charter flight. I don't think it has been here any other times, as far as I'm aware, but hopefully I do see this at some point. If not here in Sioux Falls, I'll probably be up in Minneapolis on the next trip I take. So look forward to seeing this in upcoming airport updates. I really look forward to using this in all of the airport updates that I can. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.